Today I am here for law dissertation assignment number 1 literature review LLM. Move to my next slide, which is introduction. Student name Sonia Zaman. My SRN number is 2119212. The title of my question: comparative analysis on corporate governance in UK and Pakistan, governance risk and compliances, and eliminating of obstacles to freedom of establishment. Move to the next slide. There is a main research question. What is the corporate governance importance and impact of good governance practices and bad practice? Critical analysis on corporate governance law in UK and Pakistan. How can corporate governance eliminating of obstacle to freedom of establishment, and how the corporate governance control the post-COVID-19 financial crisis globally, and what was remedies and protection laws are available in corporate governance in case of money laundering and crimes. Move to the next slide. Sub questions. In my first question, what are the importance of corporate governance around the world after and before the financial crisis? In question number 2, what are the impact of good practice and bad practice of multinational corporation and national corporation and their effect on the host countries? How we should with the conflict between national and multinational companies? What are the global corporate governance and the relationship with company law, corporate governance, comparative analysis in England and Pakistan? What recommendation would you make to improve corporate governance? How you would like to tell multinational companies corporate governance work and would like to tell them model? How can local companies compete against multinational companies? What are the golden rules of corporate governance and advantages, disadvantages of multinational companies? What are the basic role of multinational corporation in international relations? What is the future of corporate governance and benefit of the multinational companies? What are the current issues in corporate governance and challenges for multinational and corporation around the world? How corporate governance can be improved? What are the current impact of multinational companies on international relations? Move to the next slide. Objective. The purpose of corporate governance is to support savvy management and successful entrepreneurs who believe in the long-term prosperity of the business, created a trusting environment. Fostering long-term investment requires transparency and accountability, financial stability, greater growth, and a society that is more inclusive. The legal and professional framework. Move to the next slide. There is a literature view. In my first bullet point, there is a question about conflict between national and multinational companies. It's an article, author name Morris M. William K. Leong K. A.T.L. published in dated 4th December 1998. This article, we will discuss about the conflict between national and multinational companies. In my second literature view, national and international conflicts, author Frank R. P. Freshes, Stafford, Rollover, first edition. You can see the sites. We will research about the international and national conflicts. In my next title, A Survey of Corporate Governance, author Andrew Shelfier, Robert W. Vinci, The Journal of Finance, 1997, Wiley Online Library. This article surveys search on corporate governance with special attention to the importance of legal protection of investment and ownership consideration in corporate governance. Next title is Preliminary Examination of Commercial Corporation and Money Laundering. It's a journal of Financial Crime, D. Chinkin, 2008, emerald.com. This journal's analysis of the connection between money laundering and Basin Corporation serves that objective. The next and last title, Effect of Adverse Corporate Governance Standards on Economic Crime. It's a journal of Financial Crime 2024. The author name is Stephen Nestor. The two categories of economic crime most likely to occur in a corporative context and money laundering and crimes like accounting fraud, insider trading, and self-dealing, which have a direct impact on how business run, corporation, tax fraud, and financing of terrorism. Move to the next slide. Here you can see the methodology and analysis. I am using a mixed methodology which consists of comparative and cognitive. Analyze my data comparison between UK and Pakistan through online. Research approach. I can take the research approach. There is two kind of research approach, but I choose detective approach. Detective approach consider developing a hypothesis. In next research strategy is a step-by-step plan of action that gives direction to your thoughts and efforts. Move to the next slide. Importance of research hypothesis. Your comprehensive grasp of global corporative governance and its links to company laws is the main goal of this study. The significance and effects of the both excellent and bad governance practices will be evaluated. The influence of UK EU law, both internally and internationally, will be taken into account in addition to the evaluation of UK business law. This unit focus is on the social implication of traditional stakeholder versus shareholder behavior as well as corporative crime and protection. Corporative governance is now a critical component of daily business life, and this study explores its significance not just in UK but also globally. It also aims to shed light on why there are persistent instances of corporate squabbling by examining the development of corporate governance over the past 20 years and the importance of corporate governance to the firm, the directors, shareholders, the stakeholder, and the wider business community. Move to the next slide. The gaps. The study has identified the following research gaps. Different time series has different answers, some similarities and some contrary of findings. Different geographical location on the research of the different answer. Different size of time series research has impact on the result. Move to the next slide. Conclusion. Corporate governance support a more effective implementation of the principle of corporate governance to fight crisis. Corporate governance has been a central issue in the developing centuries long before the recent spread of corporate scandal in advanced countries. Corporate governance gained tremendous importance due to the economic liberalization and deregulation of industries and business, as well as the demand for a new corporate ethos and stricter compliance with the law of land. The other important factor has been responsible for the sudden exposure of the corporate sector to a new paradigm for corporate governance in tune with changing time is the need and demand for greater accountability of companies to their shareholders and customers. Proposed structure. Introduction, background, substantive issue, summary conclusion, appendixes where applicable, methodology and slide. And now, thank you so much for watching my video.